With 150 countries taking the fight of the century, the TV compound is beginning to fill up. It's operationally a huge task, and with nothing left to chance, so much is in place already. The lights, the cameras. All we need is the action. Hello there, Mayweather Pacquiao is seriously closing in on us now. So we've moved inside the MGM resort, well, outside, poolside, and a very sunny and warm welcome to some new blood. Carl Froch and Glenn McCrory, fresh in. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Glad you've seen quite a few Vegas nights. I bet you're loving it.
I am. I think this is maybe eclipsing them all, because I've been to so many huge ones for the last almost 30 years, but this has something special because you've got two guys who are pound for pound the best fighters in the world, and they're going to fight each other. I've got to pinch myself a little bit to think that it's actually going to happen.
And Carl, you had a massive one last year. I bet you thought nothing would top that.
Well, domestically, I don't think anything will. It would take a lot to fill the Wembley Stadium again, but this certainly, I mean, that was domestic. This is global, so this is a total different kettle of fish, and it's massive, and you can feel the fight vibe now in the air. It's building, and I'm excited.
Glenn, it's right up there, isn't it, with all the fights through history that you've covered?
I think not just right up there. I think it's probably eclipsing them all. I'm expecting a terrific fight. I think the reason this has captured the public's imagination is because the public know that Manny Pacquiao has what it takes to beat Floyd Mayweather. If he can do it, if he can pull it out, it is just a dream match that we haven't seen for a long time before.
I think our big fight commentators are also living a dream too. They're in, and they couldn't wait to get inside the arena and to ringside as well. Ed Robinson with Nick and Jim.
Well, we've actually managed to sneak into the ring. Obviously, they're rigging at the moment, getting ready for Saturday night. I'm joined by Jim and Nick. Jim, former world champion, pundit for many decades. Have you ever known anything quite like this?
I haven't, to tell you the truth. I've covered some big fights over here over the years, Leonard Duran, Leonard Hagler, but I've never known anything like this. Keeping in mind this fight's been on the back boiler for 6 years. The public have been screaming for it for 6 years. It's finally taken place. Everybody wants to be here.
People are stopping you on the way to the arena just to get photos of your past there. So everyone is just so excited about Nick. As a commentator, this is the pinnacle of your career, isn't it?
I was just thinking as we were getting set up for this, it was 4 years ago, I was doing 4 rounders at the York Hall. It was like, wow, what just happened? Where did that all go? And then you walk into this arena and then you think, this is so small. This is a really small arena, but it's, it is going to be the good and the great of the world in here, packed in here. The eyes of the world are going to be on here. This ring is going to be the hottest place in the universe. It is a fight that has captured global attention, and it's just, I don't know, Jim obviously has a different perspective for me because he's done so many of them. For me, it's just an incredible privilege to be a very, very small part of this.
I believe you'll be watching on the night from the second row there.
Yep, just over there. Yep. So we can't complain at the view, can we? And that's been one of the hardest things because so many journalists from around the world. There's radio, there's TV, there's print, there's digital. They can't fit everybody in. So again, we're very, very lucky that we've got a piece of the action.
Jim, Floyd's going to be coming out of the blue corner, Manny out of the red. It should be some occasion, shouldn't it?
Yeah, and I think both men are going to rise to the occasion. I think both can be guilty maybe of doing enough to win fights recently, but I think for this one, the magnitude of the whole event, I think we're going to see a terrific performance from both men.
Do you feel lucky to be a part of this, to be in the arena on the night?
Privileged is the word. It really is. Almost guilty because there's so many people that do want to be. Yeah, I do feel guilty. I feel guilty that I'm here when so many people would give a right arm to be here. It's an extraordinary privilege, and let's hope the fight actually lives up to all the hype that we're building around it, and it should do.
I'm sure it will. The atmosphere on Saturday night is going to be incredible.
It certainly is, Ed, and we all feel very, very privileged. As Nick alluded to there, it's a huge media turnout. We're just a small part of it, as Andy Scott explains.
The world's media has descended on Las Vegas, so let's see how the press are reporting the biggest fight of our generation. There have been so many requests for accreditation that the promoters have had to erect this tent at the back of the MGM Grand. And this is where the written media will be housed. And some of them still don't know where they'll be watching the fight.
Like everybody in the media here, I hope I'll be inside the arena on fight night. We'll find out on fight night.
I hear that there was only over 2,000 applications for what I think amounts to about 100 seats. A couple of days from the fight, we've said we They've said we can watch it, but they don't say where we can watch it.
We're meant to pick our credentials up on Saturday for the fight, and it might merely be, I think it's normally green on the inside and red on the outside, I think, so let's hope I get the right one.
I really don't mind where I'll be watching the fight as long as I get to see it.
There's only 2 official press conferences to publicise the event, this being the final one on Wednesday of Fight Week. With the bout being shown in over 150 countries worldwide, there were media outlets from all over the globe in attendance to watch both men have their say.
Everything that I have accomplished is God who gave me the strength. Both of us, Floyd and I, we work hard to entertain you on Saturday to put our name in boxing history.
You know, it's time to fight now. The biggest fight in boxing history. And I'm a part of it, so I feel good, I feel strong. And I'll see you guys Saturday. Thank you.
With that, the conference was over and the 2 posed for the shot everyone was waiting for, before giving us one last interview.
You know, I felt so excited for the fight and 100% condition mentally, physically and spiritually. And God is good.
I feel great, man. I feel good to be in this position. I'm truly, truly blessed. Both fighters are blessed to be in this predicament and to be in this situation.
I feel happy and excited for Saturday. I mean, I believe that the Lord my God will deliver him into my hands.
Everyone game plan is to throw a lot of punches and keep a lot of pressure. It happened work. 47 fighters had the same game plan, throw a lot of punches, keep a lot of pressure. My game plan was just to take my time and do what I do best.
Indeed, the fighters seem cool and ready, don't they? What about the media, though? It's a lottery, isn't it?
Of
If you're gonna
course,
be in there?
media from all over the world have tried to come and get here, and you know they can complain over anything, but still they're happy to be everywhere, from the tents, in the street. They're just happy to just get a shot.
Yeah, as long as they're part of the event, whether they're sitting outside in a tent, like you say, or they're in a room.
Or by the beach.
Or by the beach, yeah, sunbathing. Wherever they are, they're part of the whole Vegas vibe, the whole event, the whole occasion. And they're obviously going to see the fight, whether it be on a screen, but they're around the fight and the big fight vibe, which really is building now. I mean, I've come here thinking Floyd Mayweather, points, win. And the longer it goes on, the more people I talk to in the press and the people that are, you know, the word around the campfire. Mayweather's changed a lot of his training. He's swimming now instead of running, and he's chopping down trees. He's doing stuff he's never done. So it seems like he's going to slow down a bit and work on the power, because his movement and his legs are getting old. So maybe that's going to be a deciding factor, and it's fascinating.
Glenn, the press conference on Wednesday was dull. Very little happened. A lot of people talked, but they didn't say much. Is that because we just want to get this thing on there?
No, in a way, to see these 2 big characters who are larger than life, who've had lots to say in the past, it almost as if they seem humbled at the fact that they are actually taking part in the biggest boxing event in history, and they are suddenly realizing that, you know, how good it is for them to be part of it. You know, and I think that's
serious
showing
now.
Yeah, it's serious. You know, they've spent their whole life. You know, we've got a 6-weight world champion, we've got a 5-weight world champion, we've got a 47-0 pound for pound best fighter in the world. We got the 2 best fighters of a decade, you know, of a generation coming together. And I think they know that. They know, they respect each other. They know that it was inevitable this fight was going to happen. It's finally here, and we're going to see it all on Saturday.
Now, what about the bookies? It's happening in Vegas, and the money, we hear, certainly in America, going on Manny Pacquiao. This was how it was in February when the fight was first announced. Easy odds back home, 7-2 on Mayweather. A strong favourite, of course, the draw at 22-1 there. That's an interesting one to keep an eye on. And then, now, you'll see how Pacquiao's odds have shortened, 9-4, 11-2 inside the distance. A lot of money going on, a late stoppage from Pacquiao, and out here as well. Can you read anything into that?
I think it shows where the money is. Well, it definitely shows where the money, not Money Mayweather, the actual cash, you know, the betting man is backing Manny Pacquiao, and I think there's a lot of emotion behind Pacquiao. People want him to win.
Have the bookies been slightly swayed? You almost were when you got here.
You know, I'm not sitting on the fence. I've said Mayweather points all day long, but the closer the fight draws in, the more stories I hear, the more I'm thinking, you know what, Manny Pacquiao just might pull this off.
Glenn?
Over the last 5 years, when every time they fought, when Mayweather's fought, I thought Mayweather was going to win. When Pacquiao's fought, I thought Pacquiao was going to win. And that's went on for 5 years. When this fight was first mentioned, I, like so many, and like the bookies and like the public, want Manny Pacquiao to win. You know, he's such a character, he's such a personality, he's such a lovable character. But I think the reality is Floyd Mayweather is a sensational fighter, and this fight is happening because Floyd Mayweather wants this fight to happen, and that's why I think he's going to win.
It's all sensational, isn't it? And everybody, even loosely connected with the event, has got their own story to tell.
Hi, I'm Colleen Patchen with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I've been here 27 years, and I'd love to show you around our office. Come on in. So in this office is Bob Bennett, our executive director. He's been with us almost a year.
Nice to see you.
This is my office. This is where all the administrative paperwork takes place for referees, judges, timekeepers, doctors, and dealing with the promoters on the fees that are due to the state of Nevada and setting up meetings. And despite being one of the best commissions in the States, we have to still use typewriters to type up fighters' cards. And in these drawers and all these file cabinets back here are all the license applications for everybody we license. In all my years of being here, there has been some great fights. But I expect the Mayweather-Pacquiao to be the greatest of them all.
Well, this is part of the bounty on offer Saturday night, a one-off unique belt commissioned by the WBC, a real work of art.
It is a belt that has captured the attention. This was manufactured in Mexico, took 6 weeks to make. There was one plaque in which they practice, and then the definite plaque. It took 20 artisans to make it, countless hours of hard work. It has 3,017 emeralds, has gold and silver, and the Ferrari leather that goes with a green color. It's very beautiful. It is fashionable. It is classy, and it is the greatest belt ever manufactured.
Welcome back to a warm but breezy Vegas. Ed lucky enough there to get his hands on a diamond-encrusted belt from the WBC, the gift, one of their former champions, Carl Froch, alongside our diamond duo, Glenn and Johnny, these two. There are many intriguing characters in the plot, in the build-up to this, and Ed's tracked down one very popular fight figure.
There's been a lot of talk about Alex Ariza working with Team Mayweather after working with Team Pacquiao before that, but he's not the only member of the camps who's got experience of both teams. Let's meet Miguel Diaz, the Cutsman's Pacquiao, who worked with Mayweather early in his career.
Hey, Miguel. How are you doing? How are you? Nice to see you again. Coming in.
So Mrs. Diaz is a big fan of the royal family.
Oh yes, and this is my queenie.
Yes, indeed.
She waved, yes, indeed. And she waved her hand every afternoon. I followed the family since I was, 14, 15 years old. This is my Buckingham Palace.
Miguel, you work with Manny Pacquiao, but tell us about your experience with Floyd Mayweather and his camp.
My relation with them goes, go back to many years ago, probably 20 years. The only reason I separated with him is because the promoter, Bavaro, made the fight Floyd against Diego Corrales, and I was training Corrales. I was just a catman for Floyd. 17 fights that I worked with him since the very beginning, and I got nothing else to say that he's a great fighter. He got a radar in his mind against punches. You see the punches before the other fighter threw it.
You work with Manny Pacquiao now. How are the camps different?
Both camps, they were very professional. Manny is in great shape. Freddie went through all the different things that can happen in the fight. The routine was fantastic, defensive and offensive. It's going to be a very smart defense attack. And that will be not too good for Floyd, because Floyd is used to counting people that make the mistakes, that come and stay too long inside and throw a lot of punches, and that's where he's a master.
When you were working with Marcus Maidana, did you see some deterioration in Floyd in those fights?
After the second fight, even it was a better fight of Maidana, I say the Floyd was slowing down a little bit. No question about it. He's not superhuman. He's a super fighter, but not superhuman. At this particular time, I'm all for Pacquiao. You know, no question about it. Friendship on the side, a relation on the side. To me, it's Pacquiao.
He's a great man, Miguel Diaz, one of the most familiar faces on the scene, Johnny.
Very liked on the scene as well, but it was with Mayweather, now with Pacquiao. Is there an honour going on in the corner, Glenn?
I think, yes, there's an honour. There's an honour with who's paying the bills. And in this case, it's Manny Pacquiao.
It's not all about the money, is it?
Well, you know, he's a businessman. He's a very good businessman. He's a very, very good cuts man. And you know, he's been in both camps. He's worked them because he is the best in the business. They want the best in the business. And that just tells you about this fight. They want every base covered. They want the best people they can have in their camp, the best people they can work with, they want for this fight, because that's the importance of this fight. Miguel Diaz will be doing his utmost for Manny Pacquiao. We've seen him cut in the past, so he could be a key element in the fight. So they need good people around them.
Carl, it's about trust. You know, these fighters, if they're chopping and changing trainers, it's got to be really hard. You stayed with Rob McCracken all the way through.
Yeah, I've been with Rob McCracken all the way through, and you know, he works for me, and because he worked for me, and he will continue to work for me from day one, it's always been effective for me. But I think changing your cutsman is not like changing your direct immediate coach. You know, the whole mindset will change with the new coach. Great fighters have done it in the past, and I'm sure they'll do it moving forward. This is a cutsman, but the cutsman does have some input. You know, I've had Tony Sims most of my career, and he'll say certain things.
And see certain things when you're in the gym.
When I'm in the gym, more so, but in the corner, don't really say a great deal, but just a little bit like watch his right hand. He's looking for the right hand just as you're about to get out for the corner. So they'll have small bits of input that you will take, and it can be helpful.
Carl, what about the conditioning? Alex Ariza went over from Pacquiao's camp to Mayweather's. Justin Fortune has come back into Team Pacquiao, hasn't been around for a while. Last couple of years starting to work with Manny again. Says he's in a phenomenal shape. Is that important, that switch?
Conditioning is very important, but in terms of working with a new conditioner, I don't think it makes any difference on your style, the way you prepare in terms of mindset or anything. It's just literally about getting the work done, because you're conditioning your skeletal muscle to physically endure the pace and take the punishment. So, you know, a physical trainer, strength and conditioning trainer is important as long as you've got a good one, and he's got a very good one.
The difference here in this fight is we're not talking about kids coming up. We're not talking about developing kids. We're talking about multi-world champions. These guys know what they're doing. So, you know, they want the best people around them, but they know what they've got to do.
Key guys in their corner as well, Floyd Mayweather Sr. and Freddie Roach.
It's a big battle between the fighters and also between the trainers. Alex Ariza was with you, he's jumped ship. Is that a factor in the fight at all?
Alex Ariza, he's against Delbox. Give me a break.
There's been some talk about the gloves for this fight. I know it was decided in advance that your man's going to wear Ray's and Floyd's going to wear his Grant gloves as usual, but they're slightly different, they're customised. Is that an issue?
It is an issue, and we will test them out. And the commissioner has promised me that we can look at them, test them, see how they're built, and make sure that they're on the up and up.
A lot's been said about this fight being made 5 years ago and why it didn't happen. Is that a smokescreen that talk about the drug testing?
I think so. It's all been about the drug test now, and we just had a discussion with the drug testers downstairs, and they said, well, blood will be taken by somebody. I said, well, it has to be similarities between the two fighters. If Manny gives blood, then Floyd must give blood on the same day.
And Manny has been tested in the build-up?
We've been tested at least in my gym 12 times.
And that's blood tests?
Yes.
So he's got over his fear of needles?
He has. he really has gotten over that fear, yes.
What's going to happen on May the 2nd, Freddie?
Manny's going to outpoint him and outscore him, and we're going to win 12-round decision.
So the testing all fine, and the bond between Freddie Roach and Manny Pacquiao so strong.
It's so strong. And then one thing, it might be the chink in both fighters' armour, the men in the corners. We've heard a lot from Freddie, not a lot from Mayweather Sr.
No, probably, you know, the son's probably, I think he's taken a different outlook on this fight. He seems to be very calm. He seems to be saying the right things. He's not goading Manny. You know, he's been, I think he wants to be liked in this fight. I think he knows that Manny Pacquiao is maybe the people's favourite, where he needs that. You know, Floyd wants to be 48-0, but he also wants to be a popular champion. And I think in this fight, he wants to win it. He wants to win it well, and he wants to win it popular.
Do you think Floyd Mayweather Sr. is going to be needed if there's a problem in the corner? Will there be Carl? How will he deal with it? Father and son and all that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of controversy around having your father in the corner and whether or not that works. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others. It works for Floyd Mayweather. I think Floyd Mayweather...
Worked for Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah, exactly. It worked for Joe Calzaghe very well. I mean, Floyd Mayweather does what he wants to do. From in my opinion, he will do what he wants to do. He'll take advice from his corner man, but ultimately he will go defensive if he needs to go defensive. He will let the shots go. He'll listen to his corner man if he says, right, you need to put the foot on the gas, you need to land shots. But, you know, in fight or flight mode, human nature, and instinctively he will do what he needs to do to get the win, as he does time and time again.
Glenn, tactics crucial.
They are crucial. They are crucial. I think, you know, it depends a lot what Manny's going to do. I think a lot of people will expect him crowding, rushing, trying to take Floyd Mayweather to the ropes, trying to bustle him. We saw Ricky Hatton try to do that, and the referee didn't let him get away with it. So the referee's role is going to be crucial as well in there. It's what's going to happen. But I think Floyd, he wants to win this fight well. I think he's going to go out there and make a statement.
Join us Saturday night to find out. We're live and exclusive on Sky Sports Box Office. Vasyl Lomachenko, Leo Santa Cruz, and the big one. For connected Sky customers, the easiest way to book Mayweather Pacquiao is with your remote control. Press Box Office, navigate to the Sports tab, then select the fight. Booking with your remote control is the only way to add the event to your Sky planner, and it'll only be charged if you watch it. Cable customers should contact your operator. Thanks very much to Carl and to Glenn. Johnny and I will be back with a pre-fight weigh-in show.
We both, you and I, have tasted glory. We fought our battles, engraved our story. Through sweat and blood, we've stamped our names on canvas drenched in halls of fame. Now on peak top, golden skies, we stand alone, unblinking eyes. So meet me, enemy, warrior, brother, and face me like you have no other. Now is the time to fight for stature and write our most defining chapter, to pit our souls against destiny and fight for true supremacy. But you will fail, and my victory shall echo in eternity.